and welcome back to Bangkok. We're out today looking for somewhere else to stay, to En Nut, so stay tuned, see if that's a good expat spot.
BTS สายสีลมและที่ท่าเรือนี้ Next Pier สาทร Change Pier 4
That's us.
ท่าสาทร Ferry Icon Siam Shuttle Boat and BTS สีลม Line.
So we're just heading up there to the BTS, to the SkyTrain station. I've noticed more of these crazy floodgates. There's a lad here going for a fish. So I think these actually might stop some of the flooding from the canals, and they can actually lock the canals off. It's when they have massive monsoonal events, they don't flood the canals. And all the water stays in the river instead of punching into the canals. So I'll do some more research and see if we can find out about these things, because they're pretty epic. Friggin' massive bits of engineering. And if they can stop the city flooding, it's a win-win. Alright, we'll have a look. We'll better get on the train. Head over to En Nut to see if that is the sort of place that expats could live. So we got our day tickets, 150 baht till midnight. So we got a couple of those. We had to ask the lady. Weren't sure how it worked with the ticketing system, but got there in the end. We've just swapped trains and we're at Siam Station, where one of the mega malls is. And yeah, just waiting to go to En Nut now. Have a bit of a look. So the reason we're going to En Nut, I've done a little bit of research before we came over. Look, I don't know whether Lena and I want to live in the city. I don't mind it. Lena doesn't mind it either. I like to be near the ocean and have a beach close by, but the city, you've got every convenience at your fingertips. And En Nut is looking like a sort of really popular place and a sort of up and coming area for expats. So I thought I'd have a bit of a look what you get for your money over there. The COVID days of mega cheap rent has gone, but the rent is still very good value compared to what you're getting elsewhere in the world. So we'll head over to En Nut. It's like 4 or 5 stations out of the city, maybe 7, and the further you go out the cheaper it is. So it's sort of a happy medium. Half an hour into town on the train and you've got everything there, or there's good facilities at En Nut. So we'll find out and we'll keep you posted. So it's 12. We're just leaving Nana Station, which is a popular nightlife area. The next one's Asok, or Hasok, which is also a popular expat area. So we'll see how long it takes us to get to our destination and see how far you're away from all the action. Station. En Nut is number 9, Econo is number 7. Time is 12:16. We're doing okay. Building's looking a little bit more residential and less business out here. But we're really not that far out of the city. Just approaching on Nut. A few local areas here. You can see there's condos and high-rise, newer stuff being built. Just come around the corner and we'll have a look, see what it looks like. Here's the clock, 12:19, so basically 20 past. We're at the station. Not too bad at all. Good timings. Massive shopping centre as soon as you get straight off the train, so get off the train and straight into the mall. And that is why it's very popular as a new expat area. Let's have a look, eh? So first impressions off the train, massive mall on this side, the Century Plaza. We've got movies and stuff there. And straight away there's condos and nice grounds and that sort of thing, so yeah, looks promising. So just leaving the station now. That SkyTrain route we're on is on the Sukhumvit line, which goes all the way down Sukhumvit Road, as you can hear. One of the busiest roads in the city. But yeah, we're straight off the train, straight into a bit of a mall. We'll have a little look in there. Getting a bit peckish, so we'll try and see what we can find for lunch. They're quite popular here. They've got Japanese and Korean, all sorts. Not a bad little mall. This is the one on the left hand side where we came into when we got off. There's a movie theatre and stuff in here. What do you think on first impressions?
Pretty cool.
It's alright, nice.
I like it.
Big Japanesey theme and Korean theme here as well.
Probably more of that.
Not a problem with me though. I'll eat anything. So we've just come from the other side. You can see straight through there after the bus goes. There's a Macca's. We just came across the tracks, and on this side there's another one. If you can't be bothered walking over the road, you just stay on your side and you still get Donnies. So we had a look over in the mall section. Not a bad food selection. Lots of Japanese influenced stuff. But we'll have a look over here at Lotus. They got a shopping centre and they got like a little mini food court inside. That's the word on the street anyway. We'll see how we go. There we go. So for those that aren't aware, Lotus is like a grocery store. They was owned by Tesco's, the Pommy brand, the British guys. And I think the Thai group's bought it out and it's called Lotus now. So yeah, here we are. Get some little snacks here or any curries. There's just nowhere really to eat them. This is more of a place to get the food and take it home. But that's alright, we'll have a walk around and see what we can find. So over this side inside Lotus's, Pizza Hut, KFC, all the usual suspects. So we found it upstairs is the actual food court where they've got some tables set up. You can buy some treats and dine in here. Heaps of choices and really, really cheap, so we'll see what we can find, try and grab a table. And yeah, we'll have a look.
Oh, sensory overload.
Yes, delicious. Lena has just bought all this food back, 70 baht, unbelievable.
Fried chicken biryani.
Oh, looks amazing. So we've just left Lotus, had a good look around inside there for about an hour or so. Really good, had that great feed. 120 for both of us. 60 baht each for Lena had some crispy chicken. What was on that, puss?
It was crispy chicken biryani.
Crispy chicken biryani, and I had chicken massaman, which was pretty good as well. So the station's just there. SkyTrain's just leaving. There's the Lotus. You can see behind there's a few new towers, and there's one over the road here as well at Rhythm. I've seen a few for sale in here and for lease as well. So yeah, there's a lot of development and a few choices within a couple of 100 metres of Lotus, and the mall over the road where they've got the cinema and stuff in it. So we'll go for a wander around the street, see what it looks like, get away from the station a couple of 100 metres and see what we can find. I've got a couple on my mind that I have been looking at and checking out prices on real estate sites for rentals and for sales, and we'll go through some of those prices. Mostly between 15 and 20,000 baht, so sort of 650 to 900 a month. This is a month, not a week. 650 to 900 Australian a month, so between 15 and 20,000 baht per month to buy. And I don't look at anything that's under 50 square metres, because I'm not going to live in a bloody shoebox, even though it is Bangkok. So 50 square metres is a bare minimum, and that was the price. So we'll go and have a look, and I'll show you the first one, which is just around the corner here. So we're just down the back streets, sort of a couple of streets, probably just 2 streets away from the shop from Lotus. And these are the first sort of look at apartments that I've had a look at online. We're going to see what they look like, or what the grounds look like in the flesh. When we're over at Lotus, we did see a few expat guys over there actually, so there's a few getting around. It's like a little mini boozer there, John's Bar. And we've got the first lot of apartments over here. So these are the ones that I've looked at. The tree condo. That's Sukhumvit. And I think this is the Trees Apartments just adjacent to it. Cross vibe. Yeah, but this one here, the Trees condos, only sort of low rise, like 5 or 6 floors. No, pretty good value. Renting from sort of 15 to 20,000 a month. 1 bedrooms, no problemo. Most of them they want you to do long lease. But yeah, we're just in the back streets, like 200 metres walk. I'll actually put a map up on the screen and mark out where some of these condos are, so you can have a bit of a look. But yeah, nice and close. They're all, lots of them are built around the same time when they started doing on Newton. They're sort of 10 to 12 years old, when the suburb turned into like a bigger suburb or a mini sort of region on its own. Started getting a bit more developed and more people started moving out here as Bangkok got bigger. But yeah, pretty quiet back streets. I have seen footage somewhere of a couple of these streets actually being flooded, but we won't worry about that for the time being, because if you're this close I wouldn't even bother buying a car if I was living in Bangkok. Not if you got somewhere like this, man. Definitely no requirement for a vehicle when you're 200 or 300 metres away from the station. And you can see there's a stack more apartments down the other end, but all in all, quiet little local streets, man. It's a good local feel. What do you think, hun? It's alright? Not your cup of tea?
only been here one day.
I know, we've only been here one day, but that's what we're here to have a look. And look, I wouldn't go straight in and get a 1 year lease on the thing, that's for sure. I'd definitely get an Airbnb and for a month or so and have a bit of a stay and make sure it is where you want to live. Okay, so out the front of number 1 apartments, we've just seen this sign. Someone's happy to do 6-month rental, 52 square metre, 1 bedder, 18,000 a month, and there's a contact number. I said like some of the other ones when we're over in Phuket, there's Facebook groups here as well that do rentals. So you can jump on Facebook groups and for the area and search for rentals. But yeah, similar to what they do there, but it is a bigger real estate presence here than some of the backstreet stuff in Nanai Road. We're just off to a little bar complex now, just down the road that I've seen before. Part of the research, make sure there's a couple of good boozers close, and there are by chance. So we'll head there now, show you what that looks like. But yeah, it's definitely an awesome spot here. Breezy, all the tall condos cast a bit of a shadow, make it nice and cool while you're cruising around. So just past there is Lotus, and over the road from where we were walking before, here's a little bar Precinct. It's still early in the afternoon, so not much happening yet, but it's here. It's close. Oh, the lads are setting up here, wood-fired pizza. Hells yeah. Here's Cheap Charlie's, the one I was looking for, but they're not open yet either. Burger place there. More little boozers. Yeah, just a cool little area here. Couple of smokio shops. Word on the street today is that they might be getting shit canned. Recreational cannabis, which will cause a bit of a friggin' debacle over here, seeing as everyone's just got on board and spent shitloads opening up all these little shops and that. But yeah, karaoke bar upstairs and Japanese place with awesome crispy chicken and some barbecue deals over there, Korean barbecue maybe. But yeah, cool little spot, nice and close. Hey? Oh, what's that Ned Kelly bar Lena just said down here? So some Aussie influence apart from old mate here, which is Cheap Charlie's, which apparently was all exactly the original stuff from Cheap Charlie's that was packed up in town and moved out here. These lads still even haven't cleaned up from last night by the looks. Tied one on a bit. Smoke crab. They do. Lena's just commenting on how awesome those pizzas look. Then you got a little restaurant here as well. People having a mid-afternoon feed. Then another little boozer and restaurant at the front. So yeah, it's growing on me. Definitely be a city boy again. Well, you saw how far it was. We're not too far away from the city hall. It was easy on the train. Pretty cheap. Once you're living here and you got the proper pass, it's only, what was it, the 7th stop out of town, I think maybe. But yeah, definitely something to think about. Well, I'll wrap up the tour here. You've seen sort of what it looks like, and I'm happy to come out here myself because I wanted to actually get feet on the ground and see what it looks like myself after doing research online. So yeah, after doing the research online, so it's good. So I'll put up some real estate stuff on the screen and have another little chat about some of the places and show some stuff online. But for the end of the walking talk, this is it. Signing off. Later on I'll jump back on the train, head back to our place at head back to the place at Karsand Road around Ryutri Village, jump in the rooftop pool, I think, and have a beverage. Rightio. Okay, so I've just put a couple of pages up on the screen in front of you that you'll see as they scroll through. The first one is the first website I've used is the Thailand Property Group. So it's thaiproperty.com. Not a bad site actually. They've got a range of properties that they list, their own properties plus properties from other agents. The drop down boxes are pretty easy to use. Not quite as much selection as the next one I'm going to show you, but the properties all are very up to date. So it's pretty well maintained, this website. It's not too bad at all. So I'm using sort of a mix of two. Some stuff comes up on one, some stuff comes up on the other site. So but Thailand Property, not bad. The other one I'm using at the moment is Fazwaz. So that's Fazwaz, just a Thai property website. You'll see it up there on the screen at the moment. Fazwaz you can drill into a little bit more, so you can work out whether the property is actually foreign owned, if you're looking to purchase, whether the property is foreign owned, whether it's Thai owned, whether it's owned by a Thai business, or what sort of credentials you need to purchase the property. So Fazwaz is good in that respect. It does, if you click on the building with Fazwaz and they've got other properties advertised in that building, you can just click on the actual building and it'll show you every property that's available in that building. So if you've got a building of choice, you can find that building. So just say we were just at the Trees condo, I can go to the Trees condo, click on that apartment block, and it'll show me everything that's for sale in there, 1-bedders, 2-bedders, or 3-bedders, whatever, or studios. So that's not a bad feature either. The only thing with Fazwaz I've found is occasionally it's a little bit slow updating, so it'll be out of date. Stuff will be on there that'll already be sold. But yeah, and rental wise it can be a bit tricky. You might go, oh cool, look, this stuff's for rent, and then you look at when the availability is and it'll say, yeah, it's available for rent from January 2024, or like 9 months down the track, because someone's just done a 12-month rental on it now and it's March, say. So something you've got to have a look out for. But yeah, both sites are good. They've got their own good points, so have a look at those. And yeah, if you've got any questions, just drop them in the boxes and I'll endeavour to get back to you. But overall, I'm not pretty happy with it. I didn't have time to organise any condo tours or any of that sort of stuff. I just wanted to see the place in the flesh after looking at it online. So I hope you can appreciate that. But yeah, I'm not definitely somewhere awesome. I'd put on the list to stay if we ended up moving in Bangkok for sure. Alright guys, next video, Lena and I will just be out seeing Bangkok by boat, so that's next week. Catch ya, thanks.